¿Cómo procesas los alimentos si no tienes estómago? Pues sí, vivo sin estómago desde hace 2 años y medio. Por una mala praxis médica que sufrí hace muchos años, lamentablemente tuvieron que retirarme todo el estómago.
This brave man is attempting to free this stranded deer from his entanglement. Oh. This is not going so well.
Yo, good morning, guys. What up? How we doing? I got a new song. I was writing a song yesterday. Did we hear a new song yesterday or no? So I don't know if I finished this before the stream or not. I don't think I did, but I finished up a new song and I remixed the song I wrote for my sister. So we started a new project already called Let's Talk About It. And so this song I did for I need to change the name of that. The song I wrote for my sister, it's never been released. But now, like, I do have like some really good personal songs that I've already put out there, and I'm almost thinking like, should I add them to this album as remixes? Like, the song I wrote for my grandmother. The one song that I have called Untitled, because I don't know, man. My albums don't get a lot of plays anyway. It's not like motherfuckers even listen to these songs already. But oh, change to the cooker. Sausage, smash, peas, carrots, and oh, there we go. That's a Sunday meal. Yeah, songs like that. I could actually, I don't know. There's several songs that I have that are like personal, but I guess I want this album to follow along with those type songs. But too, like I've talked about a lot of situations throughout my music and a lot of different personal stuff. And I'm like, can I keep expanding on that shit? You'll have to listen to every album I put out to find all of these songs, but they're there. But trying to write a whole album like that, like a diary or a self-reflection, is what I'm attempting to do. But I really, really think I might pull like at least one or two old songs and like dump them in on this album too. But it's like some of the earlier stuff. Even the song I did for my sister, I remixed it because that was before the app had the voice cloning feature. So now it sounds more like me, which I like. And so there's, like I said, a couple of other songs. Why can't I think of the name of this fucking song right now? Hold on, I'm fucking blanking because my retard. I can't think of the name of the song. Lost Love. Like Lost Love is a really good song. I feel like I can bring that one back. Lost Love. I'm really thinking about that one, and I'm thinking about the one that I have entitled. It's called Untitled, actually, because I didn't give it a name. But anyway, the new track we got yesterday is called Let's Talk About It. I actually want this to be the working lead track for the album. So I want to call the album Let's Talk About It. So we did write a song with that title. Once again, did we hear this yesterday or no? I don't think I had this done before the end of the stream yesterday.
People often ask why trauma stays with us for so long. The truth is, it doesn't stay in the past. It follows us into adulthood, into our relationships, our addictions, our anger, our fears. But healing begins the moment we're willing to talk about it.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. I don't believe in luck or religion, so it's a mystery. Why I'm granted enough time to heal the misery. Everybody say he's blessed, look, well isn't he? I should have been dead a long time ago statistically. Shattered home in Philly streets. Cause they had me on the corner selling drugs at 13, having sex at 13. He thought it was a game, but honestly that shit hurt me. Hadn't fueled on my corruption, it just made me be villain. Barely had respect for women or those in active addiction. Kept playing with the snakes, even when I heard them kissing. But I always felt different in the crowd. I kept my distance, had to build a resistance. Blocking out the peer pressure, people, places, and things. Gives you character, real measure. Got in shootouts with weak niggas over thin cheddar. When I think about it, goosebumps change my skin texture. Let's talk about it. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to sleep and even harder to dream. Cause my thoughts keep flowing, got me caught in a stream. Hurt people, it's a horrible thing. And the emotional damage, even harder to see. Hard to believe I had depression and anxiety. No coping skills, I was shut down quietly. Or let my anger get the best of me, explode violently. A menace to society, selling drugs and variety. The game will train us all like Pavlov's dog. In some ways it ain't your fault. You train the thought is molded by things you're taught. So I smoked hella weed and kept my brain in the fog. Now I seek to resolve all of my traumas. Made a promise to myself to quit running from the problems. Regardless, overcoming hardships, hardest thing to conquer. But nothing will get solved if you don't start talking. Let's talk about it. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. Let's talk about it. All the pain pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and shit never change. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse for getting drug use, self-medication too. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Got the broski in here with me.
Trap, house,
It's just a remix for my sister's song.
house, entertainment.
Yeah, I love my big sis. As some little kids, we went through some mess, but she never quit. Must admit, Tyria Prince kept me safe, show me love. I'm her little bro, she my bestie. Siblings can be a blessing. I just wanna make you proud. Sometimes it can get messy, but we always ride it out. So I had to write it out. Yeah, I love my big sis. That's my ride, do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. Yeah, I love my big sis. That's my ride, do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. And now look, our kids are grown, and our love is still strong.
I got this damn thing rigged up so hard.
The surname gonna carry on. When I need advice, you never let me wrong. Plus, she prayed to Christ so she can see your devil horns. Dodge you like a matador. Let her travel, always on the go. Got them dreads locking low, young with an old soul. Watch out when it go on. Yeah, I love my big sis. That's my rider, do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. Yeah, I love my big sis. That's my rider, do or die. Ever since a juvenile.
This thing right here had like a little spongy pad on the edges that would grip the tablet so it doesn't slide. But now without that shit, it just fucking slides right off. So what I do is I put a glove here and pat it like this, and then throw some rubber bands on it instead of buying a new one. Why? Because it's still functional. Hey, that shit don't gotta look pretty. That shit just gotta work. Balling. Now it stays in place. Huh? We call this nigger rigging. Nigger rigging. You gotta rig it up. Some people think nigger rigging is like a derogatory term, and in a way it is, but also in a way it's like a term that really takes note of the creativity and ingenuity of someone who is working with whatever objects they have available, and they are still somehow able to make it work. When you take scraps and bits and pieces and you still make it work some kind of way, you nigger rig some shit. Jerry rigging, yeah. I'm from the deep south. And actually, yo, it ain't even the deep south. I remember like when I first moved here, I was working at a factory, and I was the only black guy on my shift. And there was an instance where a few guys were like in the office together, and the guys were already in there, and I walked in to do something, and they were mid conversation, and the guy was saying something he had to fix at his home, some type of carpentry thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I ain't had what I needed. I just had to nigger rig it," and the conversation just kept going. I heard it. I ain't say nothing about it, and then I did what I did and walked out the office, and then like 15 minutes later, the guy came over to me, and he was like, "A while ago in the office, somebody brought it to my attention that I may have said something that could have been offensive to you, and I promise, I don't." I was like, "I've heard the term before, but I'm from South Carolina, That guy is from Pennsylvania, and he still uses the term up here. And I've heard jerry rigging too, but like in the deep south, motherfuckers say nigger rigging. And I was like, when I heard him say it, I'm like, how you even know that shit, man? What are you talking about? But I said, I ain't pay that shit no attention. Jerry is Republican politics. I know that's right. Jerry, wasn't Jerry a derogatory term for Germans? Bro, I do not know. I never heard that one. If you call a German a Jerry, yeah, P, we from the country. Like P live in a big city now, but he from this place called Marion. That shit the country. Yeah, we from some little towns. Jerry was derogatory for German. That's interesting. I don't think I ever heard that before. All right, so we got most of the face done. I really need to work around the mouth. I'm gonna try to finish this part of his neck first, so that we're working our way here. Because if I do this first, I won't have a pivot point. I always try to work since I'm right-handed the same way that I write, so that I'm not like dragging paint. Oh, y'all looking at me instead of what the fuck I'm pointing at. My bad. But yeah, the gloves and the rubber bands will work for now. Like I said, it's functional. We go for functionality over here, people, as long as it works. Say, I grew up riding horses. I rode a horse once. And it wasn't like some like a group thing, like, oh, let's go horseback riding with the something. No, like when I was playing Pee Wee football, the football coach had a farm. Like he coached he was a teacher and he was the football coach, but he lived on his farm and he had a couple of cows and some horses. And for some of the kids, as exercise, he thought he was slick, but it's really farm. Any kind of farm work is exercise. He would make the boys on Saturdays. We would go to his farm and fucking bale hay. You motherfucking when that baler come around and we'll go around his whole property. We have to pick them fucking bales and hay up and throw it on the back of the truck. Do that shit for an hour or two, bro. You be tired as fuck, but your upper body be strong. Nigga. That's that farm work. But he had horses too, and he let us ride the horses one time. I was little. I was like 6th grade. That was elementary school, I was a little kid. Nah, not try to take you under the tree branches. We try to clip the shit out your ass, bro. Do the clothesline. That's crazy. Motherfuckers trying to clip you. Let's see if I get this iPad in the right spot. So you can't zoom when you do time lapse. I screwed up just a little bit. Right there. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. First of all, I need water. Second of all, let's check this palette so we can get started. Some shit looking a little dry. Looking a little dry over here. Definitely need some more. This is transparent earth orange. We're gonna need some more of that. Look at that Van Dyke brown. Dry to the fucking touch, but it's dry to the touch. It might be some paint underneath that little skin. Yeah, we're back in business right there. That purple gonna stay wet. That red wet, but I might need a little more alizarin. And I'm gonna probably need almost everything. Try to put some more of this orange on there and some more of this. I don't think I use any ochre on this skin. I'm using more of that. Sienna in here. Anything else? Transparent. Is it earth orange or? Oh shit! No, it's this. It's not earth orange. This is red oxide. We might need one. Oh no. I really do need to replace this tube right here. This crimson. This bad boy is damn empty. That maples is still wet, but I'll probably just add a little bit. Okay. Now, oh, fuck it, I'm just adding every fucking color back. Screw it. So once we get started, we don't got no reason to stop. Alright, so here's my skin tone palette. Brown, purple. All of these are reds. Technically, this is a yellow and a yellow, orange, pink, white. That's what we're working with. So first of all, we're going to take some linseed oil. Which I have. When you see me reach my hand down beside my palette and dip my brush in this cup, this is what I'm dipping my brush in. And I keep this Here on my easy. Not the mounted police.
It touches every family, any person, color, creed. It doesn't care what you believe, just as long as you proceed.
Hard to understand addiction if you've never been a victim or a child who had to witness residue on the dishes, chasing dragons in the kitchen. Then they drag you while you're kicking, the yelling, fighting, and hitting. The safety and love was missing in the 80s. Crack went crazy, dropped off in the hood by agents engineered by some Caucasians. Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan started war against the epidemic, an extension of systemic racism. Stuck in the system, now we all gotta face the consequences. Addiction took my mother and my uncle too. Held resentment, cause it really screwed me as a youth. Addiction is not a condition that you can choose, but forgiveness is something we all can use. And kids suffer the most if they leave us too exposed. Little Trapper stood froze, watching mommy treat her nose. Couldn't comprehend the actions that she chose, rather be on twinkle toes. So she left us all alone. So much of my fam addicted. I know that shit genetic since I was a young boy. I can see the connections there to keep kids off drugs. That was the message, but who cares when both of your parents dodging domestics, feeling neglected, stuck in the system. Not alone, lucky I had my sister. Things could have turned out different, glad they didn't. Grandma had the wisdom plus an intuition. Took us from the city, tried to raise us as a Christian. Did the best she could with the damage that was done. Tried to patch up her grandkids from the trauma that was wrong. Had to leave my mom with the drugs in the slums, but she prayed every night that she would overcome addiction. Took my mother and my uncle too. Held resentment, cause it really screwed me as a youth. Addiction is not a condition that you can choose, but forgiveness is something we all can use. It touches every family, any person, color, creed. It doesn't care what you believe, just as long as you proceed. Addiction.
People often ask why trauma stays with us for so long. The truth is, it doesn't stay in the past. It follows us into adulthood, into our relationships, our addictions, our anger, our fears. But healing begins the moment we're willing to talk about it.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. I don't believe in luck or religion, so it's a mystery. Why I'm granted enough time to heal the misery. Everybody says he's blessed, look, well isn't he? I should have been dead a long time ago statistically. Shattered home in Philly streets. Cousin had me on the corner selling drugs at 13, having sex at 13. He thought it was a game, but honestly that shit hurt me. Hadn't fueled on my corruption, it just made me the villain. Barely have respect of those in active addiction. Kept playing with the snakes, even when I heard them hissing. But I always felt different in the crowd. I kept my distance, had to build a resistance, blocking out the peer pressure. People, places, and things gives you character, real measure. Got in shootouts with weak niggas over thin cheddar. When I think about it, goosebumps change my skin texture.
Let's talk about it. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. Let's talk about it. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. Sometimes it's hard to sleep and even harder to dream, cause my thoughts keep flowing, got me caught in a stream. Hurt people, it's a horrible thing. And the emotional damage, even harder to see, hard to believe. I had depression and anxiety, no coping skills. I was shut down quietly, or let my anger get the best of me, explode violently. A menace to society, selling drugs and variety. The game will train us all like Pavlov's dog. In some ways it ain't your fault. You train the thought is molded by things you're taught. So I smoked hella weed and kept my brain in the fog. Now I seek to resolve all of my traumas. Made a promise to myself to quit running from the problems. Regardless, overcoming hardships, hardest thing to conquer, but nothing will get solved if you don't start talking. Let's talk about it. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. Let's talk about it. All the pain and the shame, all the hurt and the blame, and the shit never changed. Let's talk about it. All the guilt and the danger, all the rage and the anger makes me wanna grab my banger. Let's talk about it. The reason and excuse, the liquor and drug use, self-medication too. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Trap, house, entertainment. Trap, house, entertainment. Yeah, I love my big sis. As some little kids, we went through some mess, but she never quit. Must admit, Tyree Prince kept me safe, show me love. I'm her little bro, she my bestie. Siblings can't be a blessing. I just wanna make you proud. Sometimes it can get messy, but we always ride it out. So I had to write it out. Yeah, I love my big sis, that's my ride, do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. Yeah, I love my big sis, that's my ride, do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. And now look, our kids are grown, and our love is still strong. Family bonds set in stone. The surname gonna carry on. When I need advice, you never let me wrong. Plus, she prayed to Christ so she can see your devil horns. Dodge you like a matador. Let her travel, always on the go. Got them dreads locking low, young with an old soul. Watch out when it go mode. Yeah, I love my big sis, that's my rider. Do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. Yeah, I love my big sis, that's my ride. Do or die. Ever since a juvenile, all I had was you and I. Trap. it touches every family.
Oh man, I'm liking this set of songs. It's only 3 songs right now, but I'll keep working at it. I gotta really figure out like what I'm talking about for the next song.
Believe just as long as you proceed.
Hard to understand addiction if you've never been a victim or a child who had to witness residue while on the dishes, chasing dragons in the kitchen. Then they drag you while you're kicking and yelling, fighting and hitting. The safety your love was missing in the 80s. Crack went crazy, dropped off in the hood by agents, engineered by some Caucasians. Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan started.
We are here. Thank you very much. That is some excitement. Man, I am so glad that guy made that kick. He had no idea how much was on the line. Like, he thought it was just to the next round of the playoffs. I'm like, dude, you could have ruined a comedy show. It was so fun. Me and the comics, we were watching in the green room back there, and they were playing the game out here, and we were watching it on a delay, so we could tell. There was like a 5 Mississippi delay, so like every time you guys are like, we're like, this is gonna be good. So congratulations, I'm really happy for you. I love being, happy for you, go all the way, all that stuff. My team's out, so I'm good. I actually I'm happy for you, but I also know you guys have at least, best case scenario, 3 more games of stress, right? 3 more games of stress. It's also kind of nice knowing my stress is done, because now I just get to enjoy all the games. I'm like, I don't care who wins. This is great. There is like a freeness to just having your team kind of suck and be gone. And you just get to sit there and stand next to you at the bar, just crying into his beer. And you're just there like, that was a hell of a game, wasn't it? Wow! Back and forth, my God! I'm gonna get to bed. Have fun.
That's great.
No, I love sports. I love it. It's very nice when you have something on the line, you're rooting for your team. It's very nice when you don't too, when you're just like, this is fun. It's fun to be around. I don't know too much about your team. I know your coach because he used to coach in New Orleans, and I don't know. I'm sure he's a great coach. Obviously, he's winning. I just don't something about him I don't trust. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? He just has a look like he would hit on his son's girlfriend. Right?
Nah, that's wild, bro. That nigga look like you hit on his son's girlfriend.
I think it's
The visor?
there's something about a visor where you're like, yeah, man, you can't make a choice. Yeah. Hat or no hat, but see my hair. Yeah. Hat, but see my hair. See my hair. I don't know, there's something about him, but I don't know. Very much love coming to Denver. I'm very excited to be at this club. It's my first weekend at this club, and all the hype is well deserved. It's a hot room. This is how every comedy club should be designed. It should be downstairs. It should be cold, and it should only be warmed by your laughter. That's how it should be. Everyone should be crammed in. No one should have tables. Everyone should have to eat out of their laps. Just, that's how it should be done. It's uncomfortable for you, but it's great for me. Like it makes all the energy come towards me, and it's about you. But if you knew how much I think of myself, it's more about me. Very high ego. Very sensitive performer. I need it all of it, but I love it. We're all crammed in here. Some of you were like on stage with me. Like, it's just part of it. This is what it's like, isn't it? Oh, it must be so magical to be on stage. You guys like? Not really. It's, thought the lights would be brighter. Not that bright. There's a clock. He knows how much time he has left. He's lying. This is all he does? This is all he does? No, I like your town, man. I've been coming here a lot, and it's everyone's friendly, but not in a creepy way. It's like the right amount. Other places are friendly, and they have a long gaze. They hang out with it too long. You guys keep it moving. Hi, how are you? Good. Have fun. And you just keep it moving. I appreciate that. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's got a good, healthy look to them. You guys aren't cold. My wife and I have been freezing. We got in on a Wednesday. We've been cold. I know it usually is colder than it is now, but it's cold enough for us to be like, whoa. And there's people out there in shorts, just shorts, the whitest legs I've seen. So many just man thighs, healthy man thigh, good, big, no hair, just the ultimate man comes from Denver. You guys are a mix of just muscle, and it's like CrossFit athletes and cowboys, but you also look like you read. That's what Denver is, the literate cowboy. Yeehaw! What are you reading? Hemingway. That's what I'm reading. It's interesting. It's great. We have great food. Underrated food. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the world of food and culinary and all that stuff, but I've never heard anyone say, man, you gotta go to Denver for the food. Great food out here. I know. My wife and I got in on Wednesday. We went to a sushi place that I keep forgetting the name. Uchi, I believe. Is that one of them? Is that one of them nearby? Okay, we went to that. Probably one of the best sushi places we've ever been to. Not a Japanese soul in the building. We got served sushi by a white skateboarder. That's what he looked like. He looked like a skateboard kid. And he kept giving us, like, the food was amazing, but he told us how to eat everything, which I didn't appreciate, you know? Because I go to a sushi place in San Diego, and the guy's Japanese. He leaves us alone. He just drops it off. And, yeah, says enjoy, and this kid's like, all right, you're going to want to, I usually barehand these and just put it in. And I'm like, I don't think that's right. Something about the way you look in your outfit. I'm just going to use the sticks, you know? What a move to tell someone, yeah, you just use your bare hands on that sushi. It's like, you don't know what I've touched. You have no idea. I opened the door to get in here. You think I'm just going to bare hand sushi? It's already raw fish. That's a gamble on its own. You want me to add my own little zest to it? No, I'm not doing that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll use the sticks, you know? But yeah, it was an interesting setup because you order through the sushi guy. He makes all the good sushis, but then your drinks, there's a server coming behind you, and that doesn't work. I don't know. I'm already uncomfortable in public, and I don't need people coming at me from different angles. It's uncomfortable because I'm over here eating sushi, and he's just like, another round of drinks. I'm like, that's like my little pet peeve on going out to eat. Come at me from an angle that I'm aware, you know? Don't come up behind, how is everything? It's so embarrassing. It's like they wait for you to take a bite and they're like, how is it? Things are real good. Yeah, good times, man. We went to vintage stores. We did a lot. That's what my wife and I like doing. We like finding out where the antique stores, vintage stores are, and we go walk around, look at that. I go look for old action figures. That's how I got into antique stores. Is like toys from my childhood are now in there.
That's crazy.
So my wife wants to look at like, mid-modern century furniture, whatever the hell she's into. And I'm like, yeah, do they have some WWF Hasbro figures from the early 90s? That's what I look around for. I'm just, not like looking at old stuff. Those places are weird. They all kind of all have the same things. And they all also have old Playboy magazines. Which is, who has that kind of confidence to walk into an antique store at 2 in the afternoon? And they're all run by just elderly people and just thumb through Playboy. Hey, so I just had lunch. Let me look at some old smut from 40 years ago. I'd love to have that much confidence. I don't even have the confidence to beeline to the action figures that I want. I don't even have, I circle it. I come by, like, there they are. But I don't want to just walk into the store and run right to them, because then no one's going to respect me there, I go, oh, are you some old Coca-Cola glasses? Oh, yeah. And then you kind of eyeball them. I think I'll take this. I have to be all sheepish. Yeah, I think I'll take this. Really? You have no idea who that is? No, I know everything about that person. I want to add them to my shelf of collection. Yeah, we've had a great time here. It's been, I hope you guys had a happy new year and good holidays. I've had a good. It's like we live in. It's. I mean, I don't know if you turn on the phone or the TV. It's pretty weird out there. But I mean, like, my life's good, so that's weird. You ever have that where you can't even celebrate your own life because you turn on the TV and oh, we should keep that down. You can't just go out and go, woo, yeah, and then you're like, oh wait. Of course, It's just a big, I don't know. I thought we were, like, as a whole, like, my personal holidays were good, but as a country, I think we were promised a lot for Christmas, and it was just kind of a letdown, Like, right before Christmas, they're like, oh, we're releasing the Epstein files. Like, now that's a gift. Everyone's finally, yeah! And then it got released, but it was all redacted, and you're like, and it just reminded me of Christmas in '99. Because I asked for a Kid Rock CD from my mother, and she bought it, but she bought it from Walmart, and it was all edited. And I'm like, both situations, I'm like, what are they saying? It's just blocked out. We were promised so much, but we weren't given it. Like Jake Paul got knocked out, but he didn't die.
Yeah.
I was watching for a murder. I didn't know I had that much hatred in my heart for someone that I didn't know. And then he got knocked down, and I went, all right, and the ref's like, no more. I'm like, his eyes are still open. Let him hit him some more. His eyes are still open. Let him fight his brother next. Let him fight his brother. Why do I hate that family? Those people did nothing to me. God, I hate them. Yeah, I don't know. I did thumb through like I did my own research. They released a bunch of the Epstein files. There's a lot of photos. I looked at the photos from the Epstein file. Boy, they sure took a lot of pictures on that illegal sex island, right? You think they'd take it easy on the photographs on the illegal sex island? Like, do you guys not know how to do crime? Like, take it. Doesn't that seem weird? An illegal sex island. Someone's just walking around, just.
Crazy.
It's like, maybe easy on them.
Yo.
There wasn't one person there like, hey, I looked at those photos. I'm like, I think I might be better at crime. Like, I used to, when I was in my 20s, weed was illegal, and I used to buy marijuana from a drug dealer. I used to go to a drug dealer's apartment, and when I would get on the street he lived on, I would turn my phone off in case anyone was tracking me. That's the paranoia I had. Meanwhile, this Epstein Island, like Bill Clinton's taking a photo with the pilots, like. I'm like, easy, buddy. You should be better at this. Like, everyone should be better at this. Yeah, they used to say marijuana is like a gateway drug to harder drugs. I think golf is a gateway sport to ending up on an illegal sex home. Just like marijuana, not everyone ends up, not everyone that plays golf ended up, but those guys all met on a golf course, all right? That's a conversation that started on the back nine. And then Jeff's like, I got an island, and we can. It's so weird. It feels weird to make fun of dark stuff. It does. Like, every time I say these jokes, I feel like, and then I feel like just a sense of, oh yeah. We're trying. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's not
You just
good.
have to find some kind of fun in it. Like I watched the other day when Trump went and gave a speech at the Ford plant where they make the F-150, and afterwards, one of the workers was like, pedophile protector, and then he got on and he flipped the guy off as any president would do in that situation. Gave him the finger and then pointed, you. Just in case that some other guy's like, me? No! Yeah! And then he stormed off. And he left, and I'm like, oh man, I'm glad general labor jobs haven't changed. Because that's where I used to work. Before I got to do comedy full time, I worked at like warehouses, I unloaded trucks, I worked at like CNC machine shops. Like I wasn't qualified to touch any of the stuff, but I was like the guy that would unload the truck and help the guy that knew how to work the machine. I was one of those guys. So I worked around those guys for years, and I know, like, you can't, if you have anything you're sensitive about, those guys are gonna find out, and they're gonna yell it, all right? They're gonna yell it at you. Whatever you're sensitive about, they're gonna find out. They're gonna yell, Dude, I remember there was a guy, a coworker of mine, I think we were disputing his age. Either he told us his age, and we either thought he was older or younger. And to prove us wrong, he pulled out his driver's license to show us his birthday. And one of the other guys was like, oh, your middle name's Cornelius? Every day after that, he was heckled mercilessly. So when I watched that clip and the guy gave his Trump's wave, and the guy's like, pedophile protector, I was like, oh yeah, Cornelius. You can't walk into those places if you're sensitive about anything, because they're gonna find out. Yeah. I had a good holiday though. It was nice to take time off. I got to learn a lot about myself. Sorry, I have to drink a lot of water because of the altitude. It sucks. This is the only way. I hate what I'm becoming. I drink so much water, and I don't want to drink as much water as I drink because I can't stop peeing. I can't. Isn't that weird? It's like I've always heard people older going, I can't stop peeing. I'm like, that must be awful. And I'm like, it is. I go out to have a drink. If I have a beer, I'm good. 2 beers, you won't see me a lot after that. That's me. I'll be catching the tail end of a lot of conversations. I'll be like,
Yo,
so
2
what
beers,
were you
I'm in the
saying?
bathroom like 6
From
fucking times.
before.
Perfect.
All right.
See how I drink coffee? I'm
Yeah,
in the
my
bathroom
body's
like
really
5
taking
times
2
over
different
the
directions. I can't stop peeing. And about number 2s, I don't know, Tuesdays? Every other Tuesday, maybe sometimes. What happened there? How come this is on overdrive and the other end's like, we quit? Dude, I used to smell coffee brewing, and I'd be like, I gotta get out of here. Now I'm like 3 coffees in, going, do I need to pick up cigarettes or something? Like, I think I need 3 cigarettes and 2 coffees to get anything cooking down there. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to tell you guys all that. Yeah, I had a good holiday. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my wife too. Like she's so, I don't know, she's so open with her feelings. Like in public, you know, like she'll show her feelings in public. Like if she's sad, she'll be sad in public, and that's just not how I was raised. Like, you know, I was taught to cry in bed.
Oh, damn.
Like no. That's what we put sheets. So you don't stain the mattress. That's you soft.
Slid my chair back and moved it. Fucking time lapse.
And it helps. That way you get it all out. You don't have to pee in the middle of the night. You're dehydrated from it. But she shows her feelings immediately. This is a sad story I'm about to tell you, but we were on a neighborhood walk in our neighborhood, and we saw a squirrel die. And it sucked. We saw a squirrel get run over by a car, but it wasn't like a complete, you know, it didn't get him completely. It got him like half, right? It's the worst situation. And my wife and I, we both saw it and went, damn it, no. And my wife's like, we got it. And because I was going to keep moving. I was like, all right. And she's like, you're just going to leave? And I'm like, what are we going to... Like, even if her and I were the 2 best veterinarians on the planet, and we had unlimited GoFundMe money, there was nothing to be done. It was a bad situation. Like, and then she's like, we can't just leave them. We got to do something. Call animal control. And I was like, by the time they even get here, it's going to be too late. And she's like, well, what do we do? What are we supposed to do? I'm like, I don't know. I think we're supposed to put him out of his misery or something. I've heard that. And she's like, well, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to, like, stomp him. Don't judge me. I wasn't, like... It's not like I had time to study for this. I had a cold brew in my hands, all right? I was just walking through life and this happened. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm supposed to like stop it or something. And she's like, well, do it. Put him out of his misery and he's in pain. And I'm like, I can't. I'm wearing thin shoes. I can't. I'm gonna feel everything, you know? I can't do it. So then she's like, there's nothing we can do. And I go, I don't think there's anything we can do. And she just dropped to her knees and just started crying. And we watched the squirrel die. And I was behind her, like 2 steps, just kind of going, all right. Like, I felt the same thing she felt. I just can't get there in public. Like, my social anxiety overrides my heartache. Because, like, she's crying, but I'm just watching cars drive by going, I wonder what they think this situation is. Because they can't see the squirrel. You know, all they see is a woman on her knees sobbing into the curb and a guy 2 steps behind her going, and I was like, oh, that's so awesome that you can tap into that and just feel your feelings in the moment. I don't have the ability to do that. And I'd like to, you know, I'm just not great at it. And it's just, we learn different things about each other. Like, I got to learn about her childhood. You just hang out with your significant other and you're like, and you find out little traumas of their childhood through things they do to you. And then you're like, what was that? And they just look at you like, what? I'm doing normal things. We were in bed, we were watching a movie or something, and we were eating popcorn, and she was like, it was a little left, and she poured it in her hand. She's like, you want the rest of this? And I was like, okay. And so I just went in. I don't know, I didn't want to just transfer hands, so she held it out. So I just, like a little goat at a petting zoo. And my tongue barely touched her palm, and she just went, just mushed it into my face. I'm like, what was that? And she's like, oh, that's how my mom used to feed us when we were kids. And I was like, good Lord, man. It's like, I gotta hold my nose up. Let the bleeding just faced it in there. And I was like, good Lord, that was unnecessary, you know? I learned so much. My wife, she's strictly showers. She doesn't do baths. And I found that out. So I'm like, hey, you want to take a bath together? And she goes, well, why? What are we going to do in there? And I was like, what do you mean, what are we going to do? It's going to be nice. We can both get in there. There's bubbles. We can put our feet up. You can go massage each other's feet, you know? And then she's like, it doesn't sound fun on my end. And then I thought of my foot, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound fun on your end. Just my hoof just hanging over here. She's probably going to cut her hand on my toes. But I was like, it would be fun. We could set up the iPad, we can have wine, we can watch stuff, we'll only be in bed. She's like, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, all right, well, let's do the shower. And she goes, okay. So then we're in the shower, and she's like, oh, let me scrub your back. And it was like, I was expecting like a, like a sensual, maybe a little whisper in the ear. Just a little something. I got the most aggressive scrub down. She was scrubbing me like a cow that she was getting ready for the state fair, just rubbing me down. It was so rough. Like, she took a loop out of my back, and yeah. And I'm like, that's a mole. You're rubbing off a mole. I'm bleeding in the shower. And I was like, why would you do that? And she's like, that's how my mom used to bathe. And I was like, that's why you don't like baths. Because you remember being a kid, just apparently just coming sawing down on her. It was so rough, man. I felt for her, you know? But yeah, she wants me to, we were talking about that, because like little differences in childhood. Like, she's comfortable in silence. That's something that our relationship has taught me to be comfortable in. Like, I grew up, you always need the TV on. I need the TV on, I need the radio on, a podcast, something. I need some other noise other than nothing. Because if there's nothing, these voices start getting loud. I gotta drown out these voices with a little, like, sports talk banter. Like, that helps. Who's gonna be the quarterback next season? Like, that's exactly what I need to keep these voices down. And she's like, why are you that way? And I'm like, that's how I was raised. We just always had noise, And that's what I'm used to. But, she's always like trying to help me. She's like, she recently talked to me. She's like, you need to emotionally regulate. That's a big one. You don't have good emotional regulation. Because I don't blow up in public, but I like yell silently. Like when things go wrong, just something. Like when we landed on Wednesday, I was going through the airport and I had my backpack on my rolly bag, so I'm doing the thing where it rests on top, and it kept bumping into my heel. So the first time, and then the bag fell over, so I had to get on my floor. And it happened 2 more times. Finally, the third one, I'm like, and Emma's like, what are you doing? That lady just saw you. And she's like, you need to emotionally regulate, all right? When you feel anger coming, I want you to just roll your shoulders back. Do this with your fingers. I saw a video online. You're just supposed to do this. And I was like, that's what I'm supposed to do? Instead of just, you got to cry over the squirrel. Why can't I silently cuss at my back? But she's like, no, you roll your fingers and you twinkle your toes. And I'm like, all right, I'll do that next time. Next time the bag falls over, I'm just going to stop in the whole airport. fly again. Do you realize someone's going to report that? Someone's going to see that, and I'll be on a list where I'm no longer allowed to fly. It's going to be bad. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We had a good holiday, though. I like hanging out with my mom because she's getting darker. Like, emotionally, she's letting some stuff fly, you know? And I'm like, ooh, like, Thanksgiving. I mean, she's telling me stories I've never heard before. Thanksgiving, my mom and I used to work together in a retirement home. So she used to work there, and then it was my first job in high school, so we used to work together. And my wife was asking us questions about it. She's like, oh, how was that? Was that nice to work together? I'm like, yeah, it was good. She's like, was it cool working with the elderly people? I was like, yeah, you get to know them, and then you get to know what they like. So you have regulars. There's a bunch of regulars, and serving them dinner. It's cool. And she asked, like, did you? I'm sure you lost a bunch of them. I was like, yeah. I mean, that is what happens. That's a bummer. And my wife goes, have you ever seen anyone die in front of you? And I was like, I think she was still on the squirrel thing, you know? And I was like, no, I didn't. I've never seen anyone die in front of me. My mom's like, I have. And I go, what? I didn't know that. And she goes, oh, yes, I see. And she told the story about she used to do the breakfast, the continental breakfast, and there was this one resident who had been there for years, and they knew each other very well, but she had the same breakfast every day. She had an English muffin, jam, and a black coffee. Just a very plain breakfast. That's what she had every day. And this one day, she was like, I don't know what it is, but this is the best English muffin, the best jam, the best coffee I've ever had. And my mom's like, oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, and she's like, no. Did you guys change the English muffins? Did you change? Is this a new brand of jam? Is this different coffee? And mom's like, no, same stuff we have all the time. She goes, it's the best I've ever had. Mom's like, okay. And then she sat down, had a major stroke, and died right there. And my wife and I were like, oh my God. And my mom's like, yes, so if you eat something, never enjoy too much. That's how we started Thanksgiving dinner. That was our prayer. And I was like, you're getting dark, Mom. You're getting dark. And I'm here for it, I guess. It's a good story, but yeah. Like, we really bonded during the pandemic, and that was the time when people are like, uh-oh, what does that mean? That's an Amber Alert. Oh, I mean, all right, posse, round up. We're going to go fight her. Everyone grab a weapon. We're storming the streets. We're going to go up to every silver Nissan Sentra, and we're going to bash the window in. Why is it coming through the speakers? Is that how the Amber Alerts were here? Would they have ended the football game if that ended? Will Lutz is getting ready for the kick. Oh, we're going to find it. Everyone storms out of there. My God. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's an emergency alert. All right. Says we're safe here. Says shelter in place. Well, we are in place. Leave us alone. It's perfect. We're in a bomb shelter. Look at it. Wouldn't that be crazy if we went out there and we gotta start over? Like, let's just figure it out. We need a leader. And then you're like, well, my God. All right. Hello. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I just wanted to let you know that I have a brand new comedy special out entitled London Fog. If you haven't already watched it. If you have, go watch it again. Why not? That helps. Also, I'm on tour, the Worldwide Tour 2026. going to Europe, all over the United States, a little bit of Canada, the UK, which is also in Europe, but I guess it sounds more full when I add it. ZoltanComedy.com. Hit the link and only buy tickets from there. Don't go to resellers. Those guys are ripping everybody off. ZoltanComedy.com. Third time's the charm.
Your headliner truly needs no introduction. You know him, you love him. Ladies and gentlemen, give all the love you got to Josh Johnson!
It's great to be here with y'all. I'm very, very thankful that I even woke up this morning because, you know, some people. We'll get to it. I wish I wasn't still scared of so much stuff. This feels unfair now. Like when you're a little kid and you're scared of like the monsters under your bed, and then your parents are nice enough to not say you're dumb. They're just like, oh, I'll check. Do you know anything? Like when you're like, I don't know, I heard something, and then I saw a scary movie one time 2 weeks ago, so maybe the thing from the movie is under the bed, and they're like, oh yeah, that could totally happen. Let me look. And they look under the bed, and they come to like, nope, nothing there. You're fine, you're safe. And then I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. And then that's enough. Then you fall asleep, you go to bed, and it's fine. And then you get older and you realize, oh, there was never anything under the bed. There was never anything to be afraid of. And so you would think you would have less fear as you get older. But then you just weren't afraid of the right stuff yet. Like you weren't afraid for rent yet. Like it was like now I would trade. Now if there was a monster under the bed, I would like square up if it meant never being afraid of rent again. Like that, I'd take my chances, you know? It's a weird thing. I say this because I got really scared the other day, and it would the window is closed and the curtain was drawn, but it was one of those, it wasn't like a blackout curtain, it was one of the curtains where you can kind of see glimpses of what's happening through the window. And there was a bang on the window, and I screamed as soon as I heard the bang. And it was fine because I was like alone. You know what I mean? Like if we're all together, like let's say we're all like right now, and then there was a big bang and I went, oh, then that's bad because it shows you I would never like step up in a real situation. But if you're alone, you can be scared. It's fine. It makes more sense to be scared because you're alone. It's just me here. So if someone's gonna bang through the window, it's gonna come in here at me, then yes, I can be scared. So there was the bang, and then I screamed. And it was, whatever it was gone. Like it just banged, and then I saw the shadow of something, and it was gone. And then I saw what looked like a guy creeping across the window. And this time I didn't scream, but I was genuinely terrified. I was like, what? Oh no. A man. And so then I stand up and I get a little bit closer to the window, and I'm even like getting a little, it's not like a perfect stance, but I'm like, and I know the window's closed, but in my head, I'm like, okay, if somebody's gonna creep at the window, they don't care if there's a window there, they might bust through the window. And so then I pulled the curtain. I pulled as fast as I could, because in my mind, if there is somebody right there and I pull the curtain fast enough, I can scare him. You know, like let's say he's trying to creep and break in, and then I'm like, ha! Like then you never expect that when you're the burglar. You don't expect the element of surprise. And as I open it as fast as I can, and it was a bird. It was a bird. Its shadow was just like perfectly. It was like perfectly against the curtain, like it was a full man walking. And when I opened the window and I saw the bird, I realized even that first time that had to be what banged against the window when I screamed. And then the saddest thing, the last realization was I was on the second floor. Like there was never gonna be anybody standing there. We're up. I don't know but then as soon as I was like, ha, and then it did what I wanted, it scared the bird. The bird flew off. And so there was a part of me that was like, okay, that was dumb of me, but also like, yeah, what? You know what I mean? And then just as I was about to close the curtain, the bird flew back into the window harder this time. And I did scream again, because now it's on purpose. Like now this bird wants something from me. And I'm scared he's gonna take it. I'm scared of so many things. I wish I was not. Like some people, whether it's through enough perseverance or just like ignorance, are not scared of much. Like you'll see people not be scared in a moment where you should be scared. I've had friends get in altercations with people who we both knew had a gun, and they still kept talking to this person like they didn't have a gun. And I was like, I see the gun. Like it's not in his hand, but it's on his person. I can see the gun. You should probably stop talking so reckless. I'm actually gonna back up. Like you got it though. You tell him. Oh yeah, you get him. No, you got him. And you're right too. You're actually right. That's what's crazy, is that you're right, but the guy with the gun has the gun, so he's probably gonna be more right too. No, it's oof. I'm terrified of things that I didn't even know could happen when I see them happen to someone else. Like there are whole fears that I haven't walked around with my entire life, but then I'll see something happen to a person that I didn't even know could happen to anybody. And now I think about, what if that happened to me? Because I wouldn't handle it well. Whenever one of my fears comes to life, like whenever something I've been afraid of for a long time finally happens to me, I don't take it in stride. Like, oh, well, it finally happened. So, and I survived, whatever. I'm just laying there like, I knew it! I knew it was gonna happen, and then it happened. Oh my God. Like the dude that had that run-in with that bison. I don't know if you've seen this, but in case you're not familiar, there was a guy, this is very frustrating for me, because somehow we live in such a dystopian online world that everything has to have a side. Every single thing has to have a side. A thing happens, and whether it happens between two or more people, or it just happens with a person in nature, or it's just a person enjoying their life and recording some of it, there has to be a side, and people have to fight. It's like a requirement to get on the internet. There was a time where in order to get online, you needed like a passcode or something that went with like a CD that you put into your computer or whatever. And now the requirement is I will fight with at least one person before I log off. Because people are fighting over this. Okay, there's a guy who's at a national park, and there was a bison at this national park. And I'll be honest with you right now, I didn't know what a bison was until this video. I knew what it was in theory. I had seen pictures of bison, but I was positive that they were all gone. Like, I thought it was like a woolly mammoth of America, and that there were no bison chilling right now. In fact, if I had seen a bison on like a road trip, I'd be like, y'all, I think that bear's sick. That bear doesn't look right. He crawled a little low, and I think his back is messed up. I've never seen a bison in person. And so then when I saw the video, I didn't know what this was immediately. I was like, yo, that thing from that Never-Ending Story is brown now and it's rustling around in the dirt. Is somebody come get it? I didn't know. I didn't know that bison were still around. And so when I initially saw the bison in the video, I was like, okay, it's rustling around, whatever. Now there's this guy who is an older guy, and I think he's with his grandkid or something. And he's walking with his grandkid, and I cannot stress how far away they were from this bison. They were so far away from the bison. We have a reputation in the United States, especially men, for wanting to go pet/be destroyed by an animal bigger than us. It's like one of our favorite things to do. Like I have not seen personally, I have not ever seen a woman climb an enclosure in the zoo. It has always been a man every time. It's always been a man that it's the one, it's like, it's weird. It's insane. It's the one time, because you will walk up to a man that's like trying to be hard, right? He's trying to be tough. And so you'll bring a puppy to a man, and the puppy will be looking at him with the puppy dog eyes. The puppy will even make a little noise, you know, whatever. And then he wants to act tough. Then we want to act like he don't want to pet the puppy. Then he's like, no, you know, get that out of here. I'm busy being hard right now, right? But then you'll take the same man to a zoo, and he'll be like, I think that crocodile want a high five. I mean, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. I think he want a high five. And then this grown man, will find a way, squeezes in, finds a way, and gets in with the alligator. And then when he gets ragdolled, has the nerve to scream for help. That was not the case in this situation. These people were very far away from this bison, an animal which, once again, I cannot stress enough, I am mind blown exists. Bison look like it should be on Jurassic Park. Like, I will say, look, I'm not gonna put it out there as if there aren't any black zoologists, like any like American black zoologists. There definitely are. I'm just saying that as people, black people are very good at minding our business. And so I think that if all of zoology had been left up to us, there'd obviously be some breakdowns of, you know, species and like different things within the animal kingdom, like we need tiger, lion, you know, all stuff like that. But I do think because of where we normally go and hang out, there would eventually be a categorization of dog and not dog. And I think that if I was in charge of zoology, I would be like, kids, back up. That's not a dog. This man walking with his grandchild stops and takes a picture of the bison. And sure, he's a bit older, so I'm sure it had the click sound on the phone when he was taking the picture. I'm positive that happened. But once again, I cannot stress enough how far away they were. There's no way that the bison heard, unless bison have dog hearing, maybe. But there's no way that this bison heard the click. These people are very far away, and you could see him taking it old, like he did. Takes the picture. Now, there's a big truck, like a big, what kind of looked like a Bronco, like this big white truck that passed by while this man was taking the picture right before. Then this truck passes by again. And this truck is clearly what like riled up the bison. Because then the truck drives by again, the bison is like, oh. But then as soon as the truck moves, all that's standing there, and not standing, but the only thing that the bison sees is the old man. Now, this man is already walking away. He's not waving at the bison. He's not like, come on over here. He's already walking away. And as he's walking away, the bison starts running towards him, which I'm assuming was loud, because then this dude turns around and then he starts running, right? And so then it's not a forest, but there's a small patch of trees that he runs into. I think he thought what I would think, which is like, there's no way this big old bison's gonna be able to maneuver around trees. So he ran within the trees. And then the trees did start moving. Started moving out of the way for the bison. And that's why I was like, oh, this is a dinosaur. Like, this is a hairy elephant over here. Y'all acting like bison normal, and it's not. This is insane. And so then this dude, we see him run out of the patch of trees with a cloud of smoke, because the bison is just over here moving everything. Then it runs out after him. He cuts around, and I think to myself, this guy's moving very well for an older gentleman. But I think a bison chase you brings it out of you. He then runs back into the trees, and then the bison runs back into the trees. Trees just moving. And then finally he runs out, and I don't know if he got tired or if he just thought like, oh, that left really got him. But the bison caught up to him and did like one of these, just like bam, like that. And this man flew at least 10 feet. And I was watching on my phone like, that can happen? That doesn't seem fair. He was so far away. And I was watching people online argue. They were like, see, mess with Mother Nature and find out. And it's like, what? He was walking away. The only way I could even describe what happened is that the truck must have riled this bison up, and then it attacked the man. Or the bison just really doesn't like how he looks in pictures. And then you have other things creeping up, fears that I had but went away. There were things I was scared of that I thought we had handled. Like, you remember when United had the door open before the flight was over? United had plenty of flights where they were like, should we open the door now? Just to like keep everybody on their toes and everything. Just, you don't want to let people get too comfortable and stuff. They're too used to getting their little sip of Coke and everything. Let's open the entire side. There was a flight to Greece on Ryanair where this window busted open and this dude was about to get sucked out the plane, fully sucked out, like in an action movie. I imagine it sounds like that. I don't even think you get to be like, what? Like, I think they just hear the sound of you like you came through a straw, like you just got sucked out. And he was saved. He didn't end up getting sucked out the plane. His wife grabbed him, held him by the feet, holding him in the plane. And then eventually some other people were able to pull him all the way back in. And I thought about that after it happened, and I was like, man, imagine, I wasn't even scared of this anymore. I had let it go. I was like, you know what, United, they fixed their whole thing. Now the door stays closed until you land. We can let it go. I don't have to be afraid of this anymore. And then this happened, and I can't even imagine what was going through his mind, because also you're out the plane. You're out the plane, still headed where you going. Imagine you out the plane. Still, but you head the right direction. And then you get sucked out, your wife holding you by your feet. One of the most undignified ways to be saved. Yeah, the only time I've seen somebody, well, not the only time, but there were a couple times I've seen people saved, like their actual lives were saved, but it was in a way that was like, oh, maybe you should have helped me.
Filing errors and missed deadlines slow everything down. 8 a.m. DocketWise helps you stay accurate, organized, and ahead so your firm can scale with confidence.
One time I was walking with my friends, we were in high school. I was walking with my friends and one of them stepped out and he just wasn't paying attention. And it wasn't even like, I didn't even grow up in an era where you were like constantly on your phone. So this was just him genuinely like daydreaming, not paying attention. And he steps out into traffic. And now there's a car that's about to whiz by because this car was also speeding. So he wasn't completely wrong. The light was about to change, but it hadn't changed yet as this guy's speeding. And so our other friend sees him and grabs him just like out of pure instinct. Like you have those friends that you know from the time you're in high school, they'll be good dads. It was like that. It was just like a night, like, yeah, like just pulled him back, right? Just grabbed as much of him as he could and pulled him back. Saved his life. Saved, like, undoubtedly. Like, his next step was going to be in traffic enough that this car was going to hit him and at least, like, crush his leg or something. Saved his life. But when he pulled him back, the only thing he could really get a hold of was his underwear. So he really, like... And he was strong, too. So man was over here hanging... suspended by his underwear. Life saved, life ruined. Because everybody saw it. We had just got out of school. Everybody just watching. And I think that feet is a close second. I think that feet just get, because if you're hanging out of the window and somebody's holding just your feet, and I'm sure because your head's out the window, nobody can luckily hear you scream. Because those have got to be some epic screams. Because you are earning this scream. You're outside the plane. Even the most toxically masculine men would be screaming right now. This is when you're supposed to go, you know? You're outside of the plane. Every time you scream, you can scream, he was screaming because his head's out the plane. He's not just outside where he's going fast, because planes are fast. He's outside, like, whatever, 500 miles per hour. It's also cold because you're up there. So there's also the culture. I don't know if you ever had somebody, you know, as a prank or something, put like an ice cube down your back and you're the and mix that with the terror of maybe losing your life and no one has any idea how he was screaming because it's so loud, because the sounds of everything getting sucked out, like all the air getting sucked out of the plane, stuff like that, and air coming back in, and the sound of the plane going all fast and stuff, it's too much. It's already too much, so you can't hear him. And that's good for him. Because I guarantee, held him by his feet. Other people came, saved this man's life, and I thought to myself, if that happened to me, even if nobody heard the screams, if that happened to me, if your wife saved your life by holding on to your feet for long, for like a long time, using all her strength to hold you because you're about to get. Remember, never forget. If that happened to me, I'm telling you right now, when we land, I gotta file for divorce. All right, you got to, you have to. No, that's dishes the rest of your life. That's trash the rest of your life. That's vacation the rest of your life. Okay, but imagine now, there's no argument that can be had. Anytime you have something to say against what she says, you're like, oh, my arms are so tired from that time that I held your skinny legs. Slipped on. I would have held your legs, but they were so skinny they slipped right down to the feet. I had to hold on by your feet while you were outside the plane. No. The only way we can stay together is if I save your life like 2 days later. Like, I don't know if y'all know Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson is this billionaire who got famous trying to biohack his way to immortality, or at least trying to live like 200 some years. Because there's always been that thing floating around online that the person that's going to live to be 200 has already been born. And it's a testament to modern medicine. It's a testament to how far we've come, knowledge of the body and longevity in general, right? And Brian Johnson started out simple enough. He was just like, let me live as like clean and healthy as possible to try to get my biological age inside my body down. I think he was 40, and they ran a bunch of tests on him, his blood, everything like that, and he was, I don't remember the number, but I think he was like 52 or something, because he'd been living so poor, eating so poor and everything, that he was just running his body down. And so he was like, let's at least get that on track. That's a thing you can hopefully control, and that's a good thing. I want everybody to be able, have the opportunity at least to be as healthy as possible, right? And so he starts living better, starts like doing all the biohacking things, and then he takes it to an extreme. He takes it to like that weird 4 a.m. wake up, workout. I'm vegan now, but also I'll like drink these certain supplements. I'm taking like 142 supplements a day to make sure that the body gets all the possible nutrients it can get in a day. I'm like really watching my calorie intake, because if I eat too much, then that's bad. But if I don't eat enough, then I'm not at the right deficit to build muscle, because you need muscle for your longevity and everything. And then he gets his biological age all the way down to like 34. They run his tests again. They run all this stuff. And people are like, wow, this guy is maybe on something. And there's documentaries about him. There's stuff that he's put out. And some of it is weird, admittedly. Some of it's very weird, because it starts very like altruistic. I want to live a life that is so healthy and clean that it makes a blueprint for other people, that if they follow it, they can also live a life that, you don't have to say goodbye to people too soon. And then he started doing like blood transfusions with his son, because his son had younger blood than him and everything. And I was like, oh, you lost me. That was, oh man. I hate when somebody's on something and then they do something a little too weird, and you got to be like, uh-oh, yeah, that's bad. It's like the third week in a cult. Do you know what I mean? Like those first 2 weeks, everybody have fun, and then that third week, somebody says something that makes you go, And so anyway, this dude starts posting his sleep score, but he's saying things like, this is what it's supposed to look like. Why aren't y'all serious about your sleep? You need to get serious about your sleep. You need to sleep all 8 hours, and you gotta start eating right. No more processed food. Are y'all out of your minds and everything? And I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like, you said you set out to help people. Why are you asking these questions like you don't know? And maybe he doesn't know. He's a billionaire, so maybe he has no idea. He's like, why aren't you sleeping a full 8 hours? Like, I don't know, because they have work. That's like the number one no reason. Like, I think a lot of health influencers act like you don't want to take care of yourself, but then they forget that they have all day. They literally have all day. Like, you're a billionaire, so you try to live forever can be a side hustle. Like, that's... Anyway, I bring it up because he did a bunch of other stuff. A bunch of other things that took it out of, like, truly science-based controlled experiments where we can learn something from him. And then he took something, I don't even know what this thing is called, but he basically took something to like mutate his DNA because it's also about how your cells replicate as a factor of getting older. And so he was trying to put this thing in him that would change the way that his cells replicated, maybe keep him younger, longer, and everything. And there was a doctor that said as soon as he did that, he wiped clean the slate that he had created of following him through research. It's like, this is useless now, because now you've added this other thing that not only we don't know people should do, but it's not like everyone can afford to do. And then he blocked that doctor. And then he started blocking a bunch of doctors, which is usually not when you're on the right track. And his dude is in this pursuit to live forever through all these like unconventional means. I'll inject myself with whatever, I'll take whatever blood transfusion you say, I'll do all this stuff. You don't need to do any of that. Just try crack. Like that, like, there's a lot of old crackheads. Like, I don't know what's in crack, but like, I don't know, that crack keep you going. Like, I don't know, it seems like it gives people energy and everything. I don't know why he didn't just try crack. You're willing to try everything. You're willing to mutate your DNA. Crack is not that crazy. And then this dude his girlfriend's Australian, right? And so he takes a flight to Australia. But you can imagine when you're following this strict of a diet and regimen of sleep and meals and workouts and everything, that even something like a 16-hour flight, it's gonna knock you off your feet a little bit, but it sent him into a tailspin. He said something about how this trip to Australia set him back like 9 years or something like that. Which is funny. It's kind of like, all right, you were doing all that bragging about sleep. Look at yourself. Look at yourself right now. Now, I've flown Australia many times, and I've always felt terrible when I landed. But now it's nice to know I have some scientific backing that this is tearing up my body. Yeah. And then on top of that, he's just announced that he does all these things, and he's very forthcoming with whatever he does, whether it's this mutation or it's the blood transfusions with his son and everything. He's got a lot of like I won't say acclaim, but just a lot of social media attention around him from it. And once again, he was very honest. He came out and said that his stomach was eating itself. Which, all right, you're trying to live forever, and now it seems like you're doing the opposite. Like this, I don't think this would ever happen if you had just tried crack. I think that, because what is all that money really worth? Like, I'm not acting like money doesn't matter, it doesn't take care of things. We all need to get by. I'm just saying, that much money. If you have $1 billion, what is it worth if you can't live another second? You can't trade any of that for more time. And time's clearly all you want. So it's going to be more about how you spend your time, what you do with your life. I think that's what makes it all mean something. I think it's why sometimes you can look at your great grandparent who's on their deathbed, and they actually seem ready to go. Like there's a possibility to have peace with death because you've lived a full life. And it's a hard concept when you're always taught to like get more, do more, be this next thing. There's always like some sort of rat race we're all in. There's always a thing that we're chasing. But outside of that, like when it's just you with your family and everything that matters to you, I think that you could reach a place of real understanding and how the cycles of life are supposed to work. None of us should be here forever. I think that's why you try to make the world better, so you can pass it on to other people and give them a better world and take your rest and everything. What is all that money worth if it doesn't get you more time? Lindsey Graham had money. He did. Lindsey Graham had plenty of money. Man, that was a surprise. When I woke up and saw that Lindsey Graham had passed away, I was like, that's a very weird way to spell Mitch McConnell. No, this is very odd. Because Lindsey wasn't even sick. They even said a sudden illness took him. And meanwhile, Mitch McConnell's been in the hospital for like a month. Been in the hospital a good while. And there's been all this speculation that Mitch McConnell's not with us anymore. And there was even a release today of an article I saw in the Washington Post where it was him explaining what's been happening. But up until then, and even now, people are speculating. They're like, nah, he gone. We live in an odd country at an odd time. Because in other countries, if their leader is like gone, they can tell people. They can be like, oh, he's not here. But here, we get them speculate. We're like, so y'all just not telling us? And they're like, no, why would you even, he's fine. Even the way that people talked was weird. Like, I understand that if someone has a conspiracy that they've laid out, it's very hard to refute that conspiracy because now you need evidence. There is no evidence, which is impossible. Like, that's one of the most frustrating things when you deal with a conspiracy theorist is that you cannot provide evidence that there is no evidence of the thing that is not happening. That being said, you could have taken a picture. You could have taken, you could have taken a picture. He doesn't have to look good. He never looks good. He never looks good in any picture. So it would actually make us believe him more if you took a picture of him in the hospital bed and he was like that, we'd be like, all right, he's still there. Like, he's at least in the bed. We know he's at the hospital. But they were so secretive. It was weird. It was very, very weird. And then people were like, oh, actually, they're just trying to hide the fact that he's gone so they don't have to run a special election. Because if they run a special election, then Thomas Massie will run. Thomas Massie might break up the GOP vote. And there was just all this speculation. And then there were whole conspiracies that went into it. Meanwhile, if you are Mitch McConnell, I think I'm just speaking for myself, I think I would low-key start to be pretty offended that people so easily thought I was dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope to grow old. I genuinely hope to grow old. But when I get old, I'd like to remain at least spry enough that people won't be like, we haven't heard from him in 2 hours. I think he might... I don't know, you saw him last time. Because to be fair to people's speculation and their concerns, Mitch McConnell has not looked well for a long time. He hasn't been well for a long time. You remember in like 2023, and he was trying to talk. Y'all saw that man lock up in the middle of talking. And I don't even understand Mitch McConnell's voice. I don't. It's like if It's like if a princess kissed a frog and the frog became a senator. Like, it's just like the way he talks is like, well, you've heard him just like, It's like, that's not a Kentucky accent. Like, I know people from Kentucky. I don't know a single one from. It just sounds like he's eating something that's not delicious. Like every time he talks about, yeah, y'all saw him in 2023. He was over here mid-speech. Mid-speech is an art of and we all wondered for a second, not since Zoom have I seen somebody freeze like that and wonder if it was me. Like, I was like, is it my connection or what? What happened? And they were like, oh, Senator's fine. I'm like, all right, define fine.
I use both ChatGPT and Sintra AI. Here's which one is better for your business. Okay, so one needs constant instructions and forgets everything every conversation, while the other actually remembers your business and has 12 AI employees that run tasks even while you sleep. ChatGPT.
And so, yeah, this dude goes to the hospital, gets rushed to the hospital from his home, and then everyone's speculating, saying that his wife flew to China, and that she flew to China, and that the other family members deleted their socials accounts, so that way nobody could be like a present next of kin. So then, like, the governor would have to go there and see that he was like incapacitated or had passed away, to then let the public know. And I'm just like, all right, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of work. It seems weird that you wouldn't just have him like take a picture. This doesn't have to be this cryptic. And then everyone was saying that they talked to him on the phone. Scott Jennings was over here. I talked to him for about 17 minutes this morning. We talked about Ukraine. I was like, look. That might even be true. That might be true. What he's saying might be true. But if I'm in the hospital, please don't call me to talk about work. Like, I'm literally in the hospital. Why are you calling me being like, what you think about Ukraine today? I don't know. That's very weird. And even now, there's been this statement coming out that, he says, actually, I had a fall, and then I got some pneumonia, and I was briefly unconscious. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a doctor. Briefly unconscious, sound dead. That does sound dead. Why'd you even include that part? We clearly didn't know anything you didn't tell us, so why'd you tell us that? I know we want information, but that sound briefly unconscious. When? You didn't even say when. Briefly unconscious. Rushed to the hospital because of a fall, but they also got pneumonia. It's just a lot of stuff at once. It's like you fell, and then you sprinkle some pneumonia on it. Just be like, I fell. We'll believe you. You fall a lot in front of us. Like, falling is actually his best alibi. I don't know if y'all been watching Mitch McConnell. Like, I've been watching Mitch McConnell, but he fall a lot, right? And one of my favorite Mitch McConnell falls was... No. One of my favorite falls was the one where he had both hands up in the air, and you could tell he was trying to save it for too long. Like, he felt like a lot of men like Mitch McConnell, especially when you're full of pride and everything, be like, I'm not about to fall today. I can already say I'm not gonna fall, right? I'm not gonna fall. And so then they either try to balance themselves or they try to like lean back or something, but then it makes the fall weirder. Like they don't get hurt, but they're just like, they fell in a way that wasn't the normal path down. And so he was like, oh. And then we went all the way down. And I was like, yeah, all right, that was pretty good. That was like top notch. Because Mitch McConnell was hospitalized for a fall. And they said that they were still doing tests, running a bunch of tests on him to see what caused the fall. And I read that in the Washington Post. They're doing tests to see what caused the fall. What tests are you doing? Because unless you're dropping an apple out of a tree, we know what caused the fall. It was gravity that caused the fall. You're testing falls? Then he doesn't need a physician, he needs a physicist. What caused the fall? Unacceptable. He's over here with Congress people we don't even know are alive. We ask so little. We literally ask so little. It's getting sad. You should know, by the way, I've been traveling a lot. I've been in Europe, been to some other places. I plan to go to a few more places, at least by next year. And the way, they are dogging us out. The way they talk about us is so, I'm not like a nationalist type person or anything, but the way they talk about us is unacceptable. Like there is, do you know what I mean? Like I'm not even a hardcore, I feel like one of the things that we've let happen online and so in doing, in real life, is that we've let certain people have the idea of things. So then there are people who are the only people that can be branded patriotic or somehow conservative. And I don't think that makes sense at all. And I think that's a thing that progressive people, liberal people have let happen in a way, because to criticize your country doesn't mean you don't love it. If anything, you're trying to make it better. And so I think that there's been this weird thing where if you have an unabashed love for everything America has done, an excuse for everything that America does, then you're a patriot. And if you in any way are saying there are things that we could do better, then you hate this country or something. And I think that's a thing that we just have to recognize what we're doing in the moment when it happens, because to call out something doesn't mean that you hate it. You probably love it. You probably want it to be as good as it can possibly be. Whenever they make a new iPhone, they still sell the old one.
It just got way easier to turn your text messages into songs on Suno. Check this out. Before heading to the app, make sure you have the most up.
They're not like, this was trash. It's like, they would love for you to buy both so they could break both and get you to buy the new third one. But yeah, there's a weird thing with us where one of our senators could be gone. And we're like, yeah, I guess he won't be coming to work on Monday. We expect so little. And I've seen this thing happen online. I don't know if this is, I look at like witchcraft the way I look at astrology, where I'm like, I don't really know anything about it. I don't mess with it, but like it's over there, right? And apparently people have been casting spells. Apparently people have been casting spells on like, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham and stuff. And there's a part of me that's like, okay, but like, if that works, can you charge that? I don't think you can. Like, I think that we got rid of because we were so wrong with Salem, we got rid of all the witchcraft laws. And so now people, but I was scrolling and somebody was like doing a spell and they had a picture of Mitch McConnell. I was like, oh. Okay. I just don't know. I don't know what to do with it, because I know a couple of witches. Like I know, like that's what they say. I'm not calling them witches. They're like, I'm a witch. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but like, hope you're having a great day. And you have good thoughts about me. Because I don't know anything about it, right? And I don't know. I don't do anything like that. Like I don't know if I believe in it, but I believe in it enough not to mess with it. Does that make sense? It's like you're not fully superstitious, but you're like, oh, let's not chance it. Because I have a couple of friends, yeah, that are witches, and I don't know though. This is gonna sound bad, but it'll sound however it sounds. I don't believe their spells work because they can't cook. So it's like, they can't, like I've had it, they can't. And it's, if you can't follow a recipe, how you follow a spell? I'm just saying, I've had the, one of them made a tomato soup. This is the worst tomato soup I ever had. It's tomato soup, by the way. Tomato soup. Tomatoes. What is the recipe? You know what I mean? Like PB&J is more complicated than tomato soup. I think if you put a tomato in a blender, you kind of have it. Like it was crazy. It was this bad. So I tried tomato soup, and what they clearly did, maybe they thought they were mixing things up or something, but what they clearly did was they put this is so insane. They put a couple of raw grape tomatoes in the tomato soup. And so now I'm sitting here eating what got the consistency of salsa. I'm just eating salsa. I've never had to chew my tomato soup before. I'm over here chewing my tomato soup, sound like Mitch McConnell, like And now people are speculating about the picture because there's apparently, I don't know, there's this picture that was released along with a statement about how he was doing and everything. And in the picture, so his wife is in the picture with him. But I thought his wife flew to China and nobody talked about her flying back. And then he's very conveniently holding a newspaper. I never want to have to prove this bad. So then he's taking a picture with his wife and they hold the newspaper, and already people are like, this is AI. This is, and I don't know if that's true. Because you can't really read the newspaper. And then what's funny is that people are using AI summaries to see what's on that newspaper. But because AI summaries about newspapers are notoriously wrong, the AI keeps giving different dates for what the newspaper can be. So anyone who thinks the picture is fake and AI generated is like going with it now because AI told them to, which is its own psyop. And then there are other people that are like, well, no, this is just weird because I think this is an old picture because it reminds me of a picture where they were both wearing the same thing years ago, like 3 years ago. And then also there were people that were like, well, if you've been in the hospital for a month for a fall and pneumonia and you were kind of unconscious for a while, why aren't you in like a hospital gown? Like he's just in like a buttoned up shirt. I don't know if Mitch McConnell is alive or not. But I am positive at some point this weekend, he had a conversation with Lindsey Graham on another plane. Like I think that's so clear. Because they're not even taking him home yet. He's still like not at home. And they say they've moved him from the hospital to a rehabilitation center. And in my head, I was like, where did he fall from the sky? Like that doesn't sound good. A rehabilitation center. The man that got thrown by the bison isn't in a rehabilitation center. Jeremy? The man whose feet were held by his wife isn't in a rehabilitation center. It's a very weird thing. Because, Lindsey Graham, for the GOP was a real team player. There were people that were speculating for a minute that maybe he died to distract from the fact that McConnell had died. You know what I mean? No, there were people that said that like that. I can see Lindsey doing something like that where he's like, I got y'all. Yeah. But like I said before, they absolutely love to fight online. There were people immediately, as soon as the news came out, like, once again, Washington Post, Lindsey Graham passed away at 71, which also, 71. Huh. I don't know how old I thought Lindsey Graham was. But 71 seemed off. I don't know if I thought he was older than that or younger than that, but 71 seemed, okay. And you saw the post, Lindsey Graham passed away at 71 years old. And then there were people online right underneath it commenting right underneath, yay, whatever, right? No, there were people that were like immediately, yeehaw, whatever. And then there were people underneath being like, I can't believe there are people celebrating the death of this man. That's sick. These people are sick, right? And I guess this is my thing. Because people quickly made it, obviously, because he was a politician, a left-right thing or a Dem Republican thing. And then people started dunking on people with like, when Robert Mueller passed and Trump was like good, like all these different things. And I don't know, I don't celebrate that Lindsey Graham passed away. I'm not celebrating. I just think you can take an honest assessment of a person's life. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like jumping for joy. It's just I'm not gonna lie about who he was and the things that he did. I'm not celebrating. But I'm just taking note of everything that happened. Do you know what I mean? Like we do this thing sometimes when someone passes, where you try to canonize them because they're not here anymore, and you don't want to speak ill of the dead, but you also shouldn't lie. They say if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, but then no history will get told. Lindsey Graham, if you look at his voting record, and if you look at his words, I mean, the way that Lindsey Graham spoke about people who no one can deny were in absolute dire straits. The way Lindsey Graham spoke about bombing people, the way he spoke about death and war. Yeah, I don't celebrate that Lindsey Graham is dead because I'm not Lindsey Graham. That's something he would do. It's a weird thing. I've watched it many times where someone passes, someone that we knew did a lot of harm to a lot of people. And now because we feel bad, there's some sort of survivor's guilt. We're here and they're not. So then we don't want to make an honest account of what their life added up to. It's like going to a drug dealer's funeral. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, everybody's crying, y'all know it, but like, oh, he kind of tore up the community a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like, all of a sudden, I'm wrong for being like, yo, he's not in heaven. Like, this is... Stop. What are y'all doing? Like, I'm not going to celebrate. I'm literally there. I'm not going to celebrate that he's dead, but I'm also not going to be like, oh, no. Who would have thought? And I think sometimes being honest about someone seems harsh, but that's only if you've lived a devastatingly damaging life. But it's a very weird thing to think that it's gonna be Mitch McConnell and it's Lindsey Graham. Do you know what I mean? Because they said he was unconscious. Mitch McConnell even admits he was unconscious. And I think that while he was unconscious, I'm not saying it like I know it for a fact. I'm just throwing it out there. That maybe while he was unconscious, he did pass away, and they just don't want to say it. And I think maybe when he passed away, he had a conversation. Maybe. He had a conversation where he was like, look, don't take me yet. I got somebody you gonna love.
And it's good to be here, even though the world is fucking crazy right now, dog. Like, we got a president that can't lie well. That's like 50% of the job. Is to be able to lie. All your favorite presidents could lie really well, nigga. Like, that's the part of the gig, right? Obama, that nigga lied like jazz. Obama lied so good you didn't even know he answered your question until years later. Like, Obama, did you drop bombs in the Middle East?
Oh, well.
You right, nigga. I love music. You know what I mean? Year later, I'm like, that nigga ain't said shit about them bombs. That's what the president's supposed to do. Make you feel good. So when you go to bed, you forget about all the fucked up shit going on. You know, the president's supposed to be like, hey, look at this. Look at me. Hey. No, ain't no wars. It's the stimulus shit. You know what I mean? But nah, Trump is a terrible liar. You can tell by how he's handling this Epstein shit, man. First of all, the Epstein emails dropped. And it's the first time in my life I realized just how much white people talk in emails, nigga. Damn! What the fuck, man? Pick a phone up, nigga. Meet up. Y'all ain't even having nasty conversations in the Gmail. Yo, busted wide open. Sin, nigga. Ew! What are you doing? And we want the list so bad. Why? We're not gonna get the original list. We gonna get the remix. You nigga, we not. Pay attention to these emails. Jeffrey Epstein talked about Trump like he's a nasty one. That fucks me up. You know you nasty when the biggest pedophile on earth was like, you. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy, dog. And that's not even my biggest problem. It's one of them, but it ain't my biggest. He don't know how to lie. Trump don't lie well. Trump lies like the cousin who used to take my money and then help me look for it. You know what I mean? You ever had that motherfucker in your house? When's the last time you seen the $20? Before you got here, nigga, give me my money. He's taking money away from shit we need, you know what I'm saying? Like aviation. Like, don't take money from the airplanes, nigga. We need them in the sky. I don't want to die on an airplane, fam. And every time I see a crash, which we've seen a lot lately, I get nervous. The one in India with 350 motherfuckers. I don't want, oh my God, it killed me, bro. I mean, not literally, but it scared the shit out of me because I don't want to die on a plane in a group with all these people. Ew. I don't know how y'all are, but if I die, I want my death to be mine, cuz. I don't want to be featuring other niggas. That's crazy.
Yo.
You a list of people. Hey, Chris Red. No. I don't even know these niggas like that. I want my death to be mine. I don't want to die in a group. Oh, what if you're Ann Moore? Ann Moore? They're not going to list 350 people. They're going to list the first 50, and then the rest of them going to be Ann Moore. Why you taking money from them, man? I had to look at that flight, man, because that shit scared me. And I started looking into it more. And there was one man who survived that fucking flight. And that was inspiring. Because no matter what you feel like or how good of a person you are, we all want to be that person, that one nigga that survived. So I started looking into his life, you know what I'm saying? He was sitting in 11A. That's an exit row. So you know they asking that question. Are you going to help out everybody in case of an emergency? And that question got really real for that motherfucker up in the sky. We see his answer, it's like, move, bitch, gonna time this right. That's what he did. And you know he had to say yes to the question because you can't take off without it. And that had me thinking about me. I had to think about me because I've said yes hundreds of times. I've been sitting in the exit row and they asked me that question and I stood up. You don't even need to do that. Will you help out everybody in case of an emergency hits me? Yeah. Get the fuck out. I'll help him, her, the baby. You know what I mean? And I be high as hell, too high. One time I took 4 edibles for a 2-hour flight. If you do weed, man, that's 2 many edibles. You know what I mean? I just hope that I mean it, you know, because I've never been on a plane going down facing death. I just hope I'm the same person that said yes on the ground, you know? I hope I'm the same person that can look past all the pettiness of an airplane flight and become the Rock. You know what I mean? I hope I can be like, lady who rolled her eyes every time I had to go to the bathroom, but you chose an aisle seat and then you dropped all your peanuts on my lap. I don't even know how the fuck that happens. Grab my hand, bitch. You know what I mean? I hope I'm that guy. I hope I'm not like, fuck you, fuck that baby. He just got it. You know what I mean? I just feel like we should be taking money from them, man. I just need this administration to focus on some shit, bro. You know, like gun violence is crazy. Look, my family's from the South. I got 300 family members, 300 plus. Yeah, Mississippi, real South. We love to fuck, not each other. You know what I'm saying? But yo, like we from the South for real. Like we real deep. Mississippi, you don't get no South than that. I mean, you do on the map. But to y'all, because this is New York. And I found out New Yorkers really be talking shit about the South. They be like, your accent makes you sound stupid. I'm like, yeah, well, your accent makes you sound aggressive, nigga. Why you mad at morning time? Hey, yo, nigga, chill. It's 6:30, baby. Y'all niggas racist too. Y'all just racist different because you live next to the nigga you hate. I just think this administration is not going to do shit about the gun violence because they've proven it before. You remember the first time they were in office, the first mixtape? The school shootings were on a rise. It was like happening every other week. They had to address it. This is how they addressed it verbatim. They were like, give the teachers guns. I'm sorry, what? That's it. I'm sorry. First of all, I've never had a teacher in my life I thought could save me. You know what I'm saying? Like none that could handle a gun. I loved my teacher, Mr. Anderson. He was my math teacher. I love that nigga. He had the tiniest wrist. If a shooter busted his room, now I gotta see my math hero get shot like that. Give the teachers guns. What's the plan? Give the teachers guns. Let them shoot it out. Whoever wins gets to school. Oh, what the fuck are we doing? That's like a premise to the Karate Kid. What are you doing? I think we gotta go to the source. We gotta go to the source of these troubles, which is the angry white boy of America. They're the fucking problem, because statistically, these the niggas doing it. And then we gotta figure it out. And I wanna help because I grew up as an angry black kid in America, which is historically harder to be. And I hated school, probably more than any school shooter. I went to school with racist kids. I had to fight just to exist because they thought I was different. I wanted to hurt one of them kids so bad, but I didn't shoot not one kid in high school. You know why? Because I didn't have any privacy in my household. It's absolutely impossible to become a shooter when your mama too fucking nosy. You know how hard it is to write a manifesto when your mama don't knock? You know how my mama walked in my room? What are you doing in here? That's what is this, a poem or manifesto? Similar in structure and tone. It's a literary joke. If my mama saw my murder list, she would have criticized it. Oh, you can finish a murder list, but you can't finish a grocery list? Pull your pants up, go outside. My mama used to walk in on me about to do my thing. Ew, pull your pants up, go outside. I swear, I hated school, but I didn't shoot one kid. You know what I had to do as an angry black kid in America? Skip, nigga. Skip school. Go outside. Make a friend. Touch grass. Join a gang like an adult. That's what you do when you angry, you young. You go out and fuck the world with a bunch of angry young motherfuckers. You don't go shoot the kids trying to read. That's weird, Ethan. That's murderous and weird, bruh. Only white kids go where they want. You know, you ever seen that white kid? What's wrong with Daniel? You'll see tomorrow. What the fuck are we talking about? I want to help because the administration is not going to help. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give some tips to the white community. Not know, oh, the white people in here, y'all not killers, y'all not murderers, but talk to the other white people. I don't know if y'all haven't read it, but talk to them. They need to follow what the black coach has been doing forever. Stop giving your kids privacy. White people, y'all hear privacy, y'all like, no, they need to be free. No, they don't. They don't know what to do with that freedom, bro. You need to fucking take bedroom doors off of white boys' rooms for the rest of this generation, cuz. You know what you can do behind the bedroom door? Plan. We don't need you doing that. No angry white boy needs to plan shit for the rest of this generation, cuz. Take the bedroom doors out, baby. And while we at it, no more festering time, because that's where the dark thoughts come in. Y'all be letting these little white boys on the computer and jacking off this. And festering. I don't know how they do it all at once, but they be festering. You gotta cut that festering shit out, you know what I'm saying? That's why take that bedroom door, and then every 30 minutes you gotta run up in that angry white boy room and move around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Get the blood flowing, get the endorphins. You can't be depressed when a nigga scares you to death, you know? And if you don't have anybody to scare your white child, I have a cousin that's scaring white people for free all his life. For a shot of whiskey and a cigarette, he will scare your white child. Won't even touch him. He'll just, where you at? You'll walk in the room, he's just doing jumping jacks. I just want to help, man. I just want to help. I gotta end this now. I gotta end this shit now. He said, no, you I do, nigga. No, you don't. Shit, I smoked so much weed, I thought he was me talking to me, nigga. I thought I was me over there, like, nigga, no, you don't. Go forever. Go forever, playboy. That's what they asked him for. What do you do for a living, man? Inventory? Oh, in the hospital? Damn, that's crazy. I used to sell knives. For a pyramid scheme. Called Cutco. Oh, yeah, you heard of them knives? Yeah, you got scammed. It's a door-to-door sales job. Turns out it's very hard for a black man to go door-to-door in a white neighborhood and sell knives. Yeah, they were scared for some fucking reason. I went to the doorbell, they opened the door, I was like, hey, I ain't have to be holding a knife like that. I mean, it's an aggressive pitch, bro. I didn't know it was a pyramid scheme at first. I never seen a pyramid before, you know? All I knew is I was selling weed at the time, and this can't be harder. It was. Because it was an aggressive pitch. The whole pitch was to convince a stranger to let you in the house So you can convince them why this is not sharper than anything you got in you. Which is aggressive, no matter who you are. And I try to soften it up, you know? I try to be like, hey, hi, I'm here, Cutco. They're all cased for your safety. But they didn't hear that shit. All they heard was, hey, what's up? Let me get there and cut some. Yo, you got a cake with no slices in it? You got like a whole pizza with no slices in it? You got like an enemy or foe with no slices in them? I know I was acting like my white people were all scared when I brought knives to the door, but that wasn't true. There were some white ladies who were at home working just as hard as their husbands, and they would open the door and they would understand my struggle. You know what I mean? They would understand how hard door-to-door sales was, and they would be like, oh, Cutco, come on in. Tell me all about it. Give me the whole pitch. I just made cookies. And that would be so relieving to me. But my first thought would be, see, this is the type of lady that gets murdered. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm here for. But if it was, what an easy day. You know what I mean? Like, and cookies? This is a nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? Cookies? So they took me off with knives, right? Because I wasn't selling any, and they put me in a different department where I could sell less and just quit. So I would get fired, so they wouldn't have to pay me unemployment because it was a pyramid scheme. Little did they know that me and my homie Jason were riding around smoking weed, and we found a way to sell windows and siding, which is what they had me selling, which seemed impossible. But me and my homie Jason figured out the perfect pitch, and I wanted to share it with y'all real quick. All right. So this is what I would be high as fuck the whole time. And I would pull up to somebody's house, ring the doorbell, they open the door, and I would be like, have you ever thought about changing your window? Because I've been looking through your window for like 30 minutes. Those are bad windows. I could break in those windows real easy. As a matter of fact, my coworker already had. And then Jason will come out her window. Do you want that to not happen to you again? Yo, we sold windows every fucking time. Turns out racism got perks. You know what I'm saying? Don't high five that. Thank y'all. Bye.
If your paycheck feels full but shrinks fast, this is the app to save you hundreds. Rocket Money shows you all your spending and subscriptions in one place. My favorite part, if you see a subscription you no longer want, you can cancel it right from the app without calling customer service. Genius. It found me a duplicate subscription.
What's up? Alright, this is tight, man. I'm actually I'm visiting. This is the first time I really got to hang out in Cali, and I love it. The weed is amazing. You guys did to weed what white people did to hip hop. You gentrified it and you got rich off of it, and I love it. I'm really liking it. Weed is so like legit here. Like it's like officially legit. Like I bought it and the package even had a warning label on it. It says use with extreme caution. I was like, dude, I'm from a state where people still go to jail for weed. Trust me, I've been using with extreme caution. I came here to not use caution. It's cool, man. I'm really enjoying it. My buddy was telling me though, he's like, yeah, a lot of people still don't buy from dispensaries. They'd rather go to a dealer because dispensaries tax so much. So there's actually been an increase in drug dealers' profits, you know, which proves like the only thing us Americans hate more than drug dealers is paying taxes. least we know where the dollar's going, right? Mexico. No. It's cool, man. Texas has not legalized weed. We've been asking them to, and they just gave us more guns. We legalized open carry. We were like, we just want to carry weed. They're like, how about carry a bazooka? I was like, I don't want to. Like, no license needed. That's sort of, we don't need a license. We just carry guns out in the open. But I like California style better. You guys were like, let's make it easier for people to smoke weed. And Texas was like, nah, let's make it easier for people to smoke other people. Actually, a while back, I had two friends go to prison for selling drugs. And don't worry, the story gets better. Not for them, they're in prison, but for me, I got material out of it. I like it. When drug dealers call you from prison, they always ask the same question. They're always like, who would have thought I'd go from driving the Benz to sleeping in a cell? Everybody. That's why we asked you to stop. They asked me not to talk about this stuff on stage, but the way I see it, for the next 5 to 7, I can say what I want. When they were dealing like small time drugs like weed and stuff, we didn't really care. But when they started moving to heavier things, we sat down, one of our friends, and we had like a real serious talk. Like, hey man, don't go down this route. So nobody wants to see you get, locked up or killed. And then he started taking us out to eat to really nice restaurants. And we were all just like, heroin is not that bad. No, but they went that route, which was crazy. One of my buddies, I think the only one left, I guess, he stayed on the straight and narrow. He has a job at Target. And he loves his job at Target so much that sometimes I wish he would have just gotten involved with drugs instead. He doesn't like when I leave things laying around the store. Like he'll find a shirt and he'll bring it to me like if his friend died in it or something. He's like, hey man, did you do this? Like, yeah. He's like, no man, I don't think you get it. You see, people like you who leave stuff laying around the store are the reason that people like me have to spend hours restocking all these items. And I said, hey man, I don't think you get it. I think people like me are the reason people like you have a job. You're welcome, you work for me now. I'm very close with my friends, especially because I was an only child. I was an only child for a while, until I found out that I have half siblings, which that got me excited. Finding out you have half siblings out there is like finding out that they made sequels to your favorite movie.
All right. I think that'll do it for the day. Got a little content out of that. Skin tone ain't looking too bad. Ain't looking too shabby over here. For that first detail layer, you know what I'm saying? The next session, we will work on hair. Try to get their hair blocked in. And then we'll do clothing. I think we need to. Okay, guys, that's another one in the bag. I sure appreciate everybody stopping in today, keeping me company in the studio, and checking out the progress on the paints. It's Sunday. you know. Hope your Sunday is productive and you have a great day and get enough rest for work tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. We're out of here.